What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? It is part 4 of Let's Play Mega Man X. So, in our last part we took down, I think, three stages, and the last one was Launch Octopus, which is this guy's weakness. And fun fact, this guy and the next boss, I could never figure out what their weaknesses were, because it weirded me out, because I thought that this guy, sorry, that was one of my cats again. I thought that this guy was weak to the next boss that we're going to fight, and I had them like reversed, so this was always ridiculously hard, and when I was little, this is around the time I would just quit playing this game. It was once I got to these two. So, yeah, I would always get upset because I could never figure out what to do because they were just so hard without their weaknesses when I was younger. So, yeah, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. It is like 3 a.m., so my brain is a tad fried. You want to see a cool trick, though? Since we have that arm upgrade, we can charge our special things. Oh, and that guy just cucked me out of using it. Of course he did. But if we do that, we can just have the shield on forever, and smaller enemies, it instantly kills them. So now all I gotta worry about is the spike thingies. This stage is pretty short. We're almost at the end of it. And at the end of it is a heart tank, which I'm not sure actually, I do know the intended way to get it is to beat the stage and then come back with the guy's weapon that you get, because it's a boomerang that like you shoot and it'll retract items. However, there's an easier way that I've done it since I was little, and I don't remember if I don't know how I figured this out. I can't imagine I figured it out myself, because I don't feel like I'm smart enough to figure this kind of stuff out. Especially because I'm just failing at this one simple jump right here. But, yeah, instead of like getting the boomerang to retract it, it's right there, as you can see. What I would do is I would first of all get this off of me, take out that guy, and when you charge up this ice thing and you shoot it, it makes a little sled that you can hop on. And if you jump at the right time, you can just back jump onto it. So there's a little neat trick that you guys can do if you ever play this game. Because honestly, backtracking through an entire level just for one thing is really lame. And that's what you would be doing had it not been for that little neat trick. This stage is, like I said, really short. Like, we're already at the boss door. I just have to climb up this little ladder part. It's a little bit annoying, though, because these guys just fly around and shoot, and those guys are also there. But as you can see, our health is so big at this point that it doesn't really matter. We can just take damage and kind of push through everything. Alrighty. So this guy's name is Kuwanger, and I don't know what a Kuwanger is. Is that even a real word? I'd actually really like to know, because I think he's supposed to be like a play on a beetle of some sort. A Hercules beetle, I think is what they are. The ones that like lift you up with their horns or something. Or I don't know. Every other like boss in this game has some sort of animal like thing they're based on or something, like, you know, the penguin or the mammoth or whatever. But this guy's kind of like odd because most of them have what they're based off in their name, whereas he's a Kuwanger, and I don't know if that's a real word, honestly. Honestly, if someone called me a Kuwanger, though, I'd probably be very upset because it sounds very rude. Alright, so this is our last official boss, I guess you'd call it, before like the extra areas come about. So, I used to always think this guy's weakness was the missiles that we were just using, which was really hard because he's actually quite a hard boss without his weakness. Um, so yeah, this was my hardest boss when I was a kid, even when I had like his weakness, even though I didn't know it wasn't the right one, which makes a lot of sense because he is a joke when you actually have his real one. And here's his, I think this is his heart tank. Oh, because we defeated the octopus guy, his stage is half filled with water, so it makes this jump possible. Because without the water, you can do it with the same trick I showed you, the charging up your ice weapon and like riding the sled on it. But that way you can just do it that way. And then up here is our last armor piece that we're going to get, which I think is probably my favorite one because it halves the damage that gets done to you, so it makes the game quite a bit easier. But it also makes you look way cooler, and I don't care what anyone says, I will always choose aesthetic over, what is that saying I used to tell a bunch of people? Aesthetic over functionality, I think is what it was called. So if I can look cool, that's all that matters to me. Like if your first piece of armor in an RPG game is the coolest looking armor, I'm definitely going to keep it until the end of the game. Like, I don't even care. I have no shame in that regard. I will die constantly until I win with my level 1 piece of gear. But thankfully in this game you look way cooler with all the upgrades, so that was something they definitely did right. And I think they actually did that right for this entire series, because in later games you get more than one suit of armor that you can like choose between. So even if they messed up on one, you know, you got like 2 others to choose from. I think one game actually has like 5 different armors or something. Either way, though, you can find something, pretty much something that everybody likes. This guy's, I feel like this guy's just annoying just because I don't know when he's gonna die. I know he started smoking, so obviously he's close, but like, big pet peeve I have with every game I've ever played that has like mini bosses or even just regular bosses, especially regular bosses actually, and they don't have health bars. I can't stand that. I want to know how close I am to killing this guy. Especially when I was younger, it was, you know, you don't know how well you're doing, and then you get to this big like boss eventually, and he has no health bar, and you end up constantly dying. You don't even know how close you're getting, so you don't know if it's like even worth it to continue trying, or if you just like give up for the time being and come back and try it when you have better stuff. But yeah, that's something I really have a problem with. This capsule contains a new type of body armor. It will reduce damage to your systems by 50%. I don't know if it's ever said, or if I've said it, but that guy's name is Dr. Light, by the way. He's actually the guy who created this Mega Man. But now we have all the armor upgrades, and we are looking fly. Also, through this part there would be little bricks falling off the roof, other than the robot guys. But since we just destroyed the guy up there, he's no longer causing little earthquakes to happen. So now we just have to worry about these little rock buddy guys. I do apologize about my voice. I'm a little congested right now because of my allergies, so doing my best to not sound gross on the microphone, but again, I apologize. So this level I like just because of the way it looks. I think jungle levels are something I just really like for some reason. I'm not sure why, but something about being in a jungle, it just sounds cool to me. I am a very I like the outdoors and stuff. I don't necessarily like to, you know, just sit and do nothing in them. I like to be occupied while I'm doing something, but I like to be outdoors. Like, it's weird, but if I could play video games outdoors instead of indoors, I absolutely would. There's something about, like, the air and just listening to everything. Oh, my armor just got destroyed. Too bad I have a tornado. I can just rip through you. Oh, and I forget to... Yeah, enemies respawn really quick in this one. So we're just gonna dash past him. But yeah, like I was saying, I'd so much rather play video games outdoors than indoors. Alright, so here we are at Sting Chameleon. And I'm gonna try and do this without getting hit. But, I don't know. Yep, I failed. And this is all you do for this fight. You just run back and forth and shoot boomerangs. Really simple. If the, excuse me. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we didn't have the boomerangs, he'll do this type of stuff a lot more. But once you, like, interrupt one of the things he does, he just kind of reverts to doing it again. So there's Sting Chameleon. And I believe after this we have a cutscene, since this is the last boss until, like, the final area opens up. Also, I think before I end this one, I'm going to do the backtracking I need to do, which I think is only in one area anyway. Finally, we found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to his war against the humans. Well, that doesn't even look like an R. I thought I said Watt for a minute. Alright, so to backtrack, we need to go... Let's see. I know for sure we need to go here, and then I think that's it. Other than getting the Hadouken, which I don't know if I really consider that backtracking, because it's its own system. I can't get that until I get all the other stuff. But we need the boomerang for this part. And we get it. We can exit out. We have all 4 tanks. And I think we have all the heart pieces as well. Alright, so next video we will work on getting the Hadouken, and then we'll head on to the final bosses.